Hello, my dear children. Welcome you all to Science Tutorials with D. Dwivedi. Children, we are studying lesson number 12, that is electricity and circuit. In previous video, I have explained the topics of lesson number 12, that is cell. Second topic is bulb, and third is simple electric circuit. Now in today's video, the topic which I am going to cover are electric switch, electric conductors and insulators. And also I will tell you some safety measures to protect ourselves from electric shocks. So the first topic is 12.4 electric switch. Children, we had an arrangement of switching on or off our home-made torch by moving the base of the bulb away from the tip of the cell. This was a simple switch, but not very easy to use. We can make another simple and easier switch to use in our circuit. Now let's perform activity number 4. Take 2 drawing pins, a safety pin, 2 wires and a small sheet of thermocol. Insert a drawing pin into the ring at the one end of a safety pin and fix it on the thermocol sheet in such a way that the pin can rotate freely. Now fix the other drawing pin on the thermocol sheet in a way that the free end of the safety pin can touch it. The safety pin fixed in this way would be your switch in this activity. Now make a circuit by connecting the cell and the bulb in this switch as shown in the figure. Rotate the safety pin so that its free end touches the other drawing pins. Now you will observe that the bulb starts glowing. Now move the safety pin away. Does the bulb continue to glow? No. When you move the safety pin away, bulb stops glowing, and when you touch it, the bulb starts glowing again. Here, the safety pin covered the gap between the drawing pins when you made it touch 2 of them. In this position, the switch is said to be on. Since the material of the safety pin allows the current to pass through it, the circuit is complete, hence the bulb glows. On the other hand, the bulb does not glow when the safety pin is not in touch with the other drawing pin. The circuit is not complete as there was a gap between the 2 drawing pins. In this position, the switch is said to be off. Thus, a switch is a simple device that either breaks the circuit or completes it. The switch is used in lighting of electric bulbs and other devices in homes work on the same principles, although their designs are more complex. So, electric switches are used to put on or put off the electric bulbs, fans and other electric devices. Electric switches are used to close and open the circuit. When the switch is closed, it completes the circuit and electric current flows through the electric circuit. When the switch is opened, it breaks the path and electric current does not flow through it. So children, now you can tell what is the use of switch in electric circuit. A switch is a simple device that either breaks the circuit or completes it. Children, the torch which we use at home also works on the principle of breaking and completing the circuit. When we connect bulb to the cell, it glows. When we remove it, it stops glowing. On the same principle, torch works. when we switch on the torch, the bulb of the torch glows because switch connect the bulb to the cell. But when we switch off the torch, it stops glowing because switch disconnect the bulb from the cell. So, I hope you all have understood that how switch works on completing and breaking the circuit, and why the electric appliances work when the switch is on, and why they stops working when the switch is off. Because when the switch is on, it completes the circuit and provide the path to supply the electricity, and the circuit is called closed or complete circuit. But when the switch is off, it breaks the circuit, stop the supply of electricity, and also called open or incomplete circuit. Children, the next topic is 12.5 electric conductors and insulators. The next topic which we are going to study is electric conductor and insulator. Children, in all our activities, we have used metal wires to make a circuit. Suppose, instead of metal wire, if we use cotton thread to make a circuit, do you think that the bulb will light up in such a circuit? No. Because the material that we use in a circuit should allow the electric current to pass through it. Now, to find out what materials should be used to make a circuit, let's perform one activity. In this activity, we will make a circuit, and in place of switch, we will use metal key. Now, when we connect both the wires with the metal key, we will see that bulb glows. Now, collect the sample of different types of materials such as coins, cork, rubber, glass, keys, pins, plastic, scale, wooden blocks, aluminium foil, candle, swing needle, etc. Now, one by one, bring the free ends of the wires of your tester in contact with two ends of the samples you have collected. Make sure that two wires do not touch each other while you are doing so. Now, make a table in your notebook similar to record your observation. Now, children, what would you observe? You will observe that when you use metal key, the bulb glows. But when you use rubber eraser, the bulb does not glow. When you use plastic scale, bulb does not glow. And when you use matchstick, which is made up of wood, bulb does not glow. Even when you use glass bangle, bulb does not glow. But again when you use iron nail, which is made up of metal, bulb glows. Children, here you have seen that there are some materials which do not allow electric current to pass through them. On the other hand, some materials allow electric current to pass through them, which is indicated by glowing bulb. So, the materials that allow electric current to pass through them are called conductors of electricity. Materials that do not allow electric current to pass through them are called insulators. Metals, human body, and water are the example of good conductor of electricity. Copper is the most popular material used for wire because it is a very good conductor of electricity or electric current, and it is fairly inexpensive when compared to gold and silver, which are very good conductor of electricity. Children, do you know why do electricians wear rubber gloves while working with electric appliances? Actually, rubber gloves is an insulator which does not allow electric current to pass through it and prevent the electrician from electric shock. That's why they wear rubber gloves while working with electric appliances. Handles of screwdriver and tester are made up of plastic, as plastic is also an insulator. It also does not allow electric current to pass through it. Electric wires are covered with plastic for the same reason. Though electric current is a boom, electricity can be dangerous. So, to prevent ourselves from getting shocked, we should follow the following measures. Do not touch electric gadgets or sockets with wet hands. Do not touch electric wires with bare hands. Do not insert too many fuses in one single point. Do not experiment with unfamiliar electric gadgets. Do not stick anything metallic inside electric appliances. Thank you, children. I hope this session is helpful for you. That's all for today. Have a nice day.